I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know, chocolate. Welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host and coach, CJ DePalma, here with the MC, Claire Bays. What's up?
What's good?
Oh,
Fourth
man.
round today.
What?
You've been hanging out with that microphone a lot today.
I know. So have you.
I know.
We got close. It's
Yeah.
like too close, probably. Too close for sure.
Uh,
I'm tired.
yeah.
We've podcasted. Hold on. I was trying to look at the numbers today. I think we've already been on for like 6.5 hours.
That's what Ben posted.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I was like
Let's
telling
see.
one of my roommates, I was like, by the time we're done, it'll probably have been like an 8-hour day just right
Eight
here.
hour day.
Yeah.
Let's see. 150, 207. So let's call it 6 hours and 15 minutes today. Woof.
Yeah. But
Woof.
like also, I mean, there are worse places to be and worse things to be doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So
All right. Day
it's been
one.
fun.
Day one. And we
Yep.
have a conspiracy or a thing. I don't know.
Oh, we do?
Pegboard gate, right?
Oh yeah. I saw that in the chat on Savant's show.
Yeah.
Somebody
No,
said
I
pegboard
mean,
gate.
yeah. So it's I mean, I think these things are inevitable, right? I don't think this is a problem, right? I do think it was something, right? So
Without
um
a doubt.
so do you know any of it? Have you listened or read or heard from anyone?
Yeah. I mean, I think if we once I'm assuming we'll kind of go through some of the standings, and if you just like we did talk about it while we were watching it in real time. And if you look at it, it's like it just you can't make it make sense on paper that these athletes coming in the top spots were that much worse than the athletes all the way down whenever you consider the gap of fitness that even exists even within that 30 realistically.
Right.
And so yeah, but I think I know they were talking about I think they I want to say he recorded, but anyway, Savon's show, they mentioned that following that event that Dave had like a 10-minute conversation with Tia about it and some disagreement and so on. But
Oh,
yeah, it doesn't.
I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I
Uh,
mean, who knows? But yeah, there was conversation had.
yeah. Yeah, I think Kenneth is right. Boohoo, it's done. I mean, I don't, it is a boohoo, but it's still something to talk about, right? I mean, that's kind of like why we're here is to
Sure.
generally talk about it. And so, um, if we truly look at it, I guess we can go back. I mean, when your best athlete in the world is going to a legless, and there's so much other word that she's doing something else, and she doesn't want to like fall or whatever. I mean, it wasn't anything more than for some reason that board was not sticky, right? Like it just wasn't. And the stickiest one was lane 2. Like we said on the call before they went back and started looking, um, it was lane 2 and lane 2 was accurate. Lane 2 was the team that won as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, and they definitely touched on that. They touched on, I guess in the men's Sprague had an approach of having a wider stance on it and had a much better experience. And then you look at like Dallin said his was basically legless from the second one on. Uh, Definitely Tia, they referenced, I think the last time that there was the pegboard in a competition that she was in, I think they said 2018, you're the one that's a better like remember of the year and the workout. But either way, I think they said you can go all the way back 7 years to a different workout from her 7 years ago, and it's realistic to assume that she has improved since then. And she was doing that workout opened with 4 reps and she went touch and go, whereas we saw what happened here. So they
Right.
just gave some good context for like obviously this was not I mean, you just can't believe that the entire final heat of women was struggling because of their pulling capacity
Right.
relative to the field. That you can't make that make sense.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at, I mean, if you just look at 1 and 2 for climbing triplet, like 1 and 2 are lane 2, right?
Mm.
And then Maria Quintero, who is 22nd, 27th, got 7th in the workout, right? So those are your 3 lane 2 females. And then if we look at the men, I'll just pull it up on my screen. Nothing came up. Here we go.
Kenna says, use your feet where there isn't a lot of sweat. Yeah, that's what it sounds like Sprague's approach was. And that went well for him. Yet again, that adaptability in the moment, like you saw Tia just opt to just get rid of her legs altogether to get it done. And then Sprague opt for that. And so being able to in real time, what's the word I'm looking for, delineate or move from the approach that you typically have with this implement under the circumstances that you're used to be able to adapt, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you have to figure out what's in front of you. It didn't affect the guys. The guys are irrelevant. They were obviously wiping their feet with the towel. And so it was Medeiros was in lane 2. Toby, who did terrible, and then Callum, who I don't think did very good either. Callum 12th, right? So I don't think it affected the guys, but it certainly affected the girls, right? And it gave this huge shakeup on the leaderboard, which is going to create a great day 2. This is hands down, by the way, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
This is hands down the closest day 1 that we've had on the men and women's side in forever.
Well, and I'm maybe getting ahead of myself here, but for the men's side, from 1st through 7th place, 20 whole points separates that entire group.
Right.
So
yeah, so you have basically your top 3 women who are 6 points apart, and then 4th through 10th, right, is 25 points. So, which is 6 spots. So we're in one workout, right? So very similar race. But if we go to the guys, it's even closer, right? Yep. So from 1st
to 7th
to 5th is only 20 points. Whoops, that's not right.
To 7th.
Here we go. So I mean, it's 1st, 7th is 20 points. I mean, there's 5 spots. So it's close. It's going to be great, right? Yeah. And even so, then it still locks up, right? There's definitely blocks everywhere. And so it's going to be fun. Yep. Tie for 1st. Jason Hopper is technically leading. So it's going to be a great day 2. I'm super stoked for it. So,
and there's 400 points available tomorrow too. So like, as much as we're looking at these gaps, as you get further down the leaderboard anyway, like it's like, there's a ton of opportunity, in tomorrow alone.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So.
Yeah. Lane 6. Let's go. Let's look at lane 6.
Yeah. Who all was in that one?
Let's find out. I think it's in the women mainly. So heat 1, lane 6 was Syria Meha, who did very well. So heat 1 doesn't count. Grace Walton, and then Amy Kringle. Granted, I don't know if those
Amy capped.
Right. I don't know if those, I mean, I don't know if Amy Kringle's like super well known for it. I mean, she's obviously better than what it showed, and it was clear that there was something there, right? But like Kenna said, it is what it is, and moving forward is just is what they'll have to do.
Yeah,
what's here?
It is interesting. I mean, there's just so many things to take into consideration when you look at the women's side and what it has done to the leaderboard. If you look at every single person's finishes, and like a great example of that is going to be Fee, who's sitting in 9th now, and her finishes were 17th, 18th, and 1st. And it sounds like it was anticipated for her to fare well with an event like this. So maybe she is really good at this, but you have all of these other women who are also should be really good at it that didn't get in anywhere near her that realistically would have. So even if she had a great performance, who else would have, it wouldn't necessarily look like it does.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed. All right. So overview of the day. What'd you think about day 1?
Overall? I loved it. I mean, the energy, let's see. They're talking about the energy in the arena a bit. They're saying it's very energetic considering how many people are in there.
which
and that
is
it is,
pretty low, by the way,
yeah,
unfortunately.
they're saying it's a little light, but that they're pretty into it. But then also, yet again, I didn't go back and look. I guess I could to see what the YouTube stream of the first day is looking like on views. I know when it finished, it was like 650,000 or whatever. Anyway, the interest feels very high. And I mean, having everybody seems really positive about having only 6 heats. The events being so near one another. I mean, yeah, you guys in the chat throw in there what you think about it, but it seems like it was a massive success.
So the Friday stream is going to roll 1 million probably in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, 986,000 is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So, yeah, what'd you guys think about 3 heats? I definitely feel that 3 heats is, I mean, for the athletes, I think it probably hate it.
But why?
Less opportunity. No one likes to have spots taken away. It would be like
Sure. Okay.
less men being taken to the professional, like the Major League Baseball team. They cut down the roster size, right? So 30 from 40 is certainly less opportunity for athletes to like make this a career. And so I feel for them there, but I truly think it's the only negative of going to 30 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be any cuts. The point spread from 1st to 10th is already really tight. That means it's already ideal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's tight, and you can still lose it with one bad event, right? Like you're not locked into like 1 through 10 where you have one bad event and there's no way you're climbing out of it because there's no one to middle you and gap you for other athletes. So the race is obviously better. Every event is more exciting, right? Because you're always going to have a superstar in the bottom because they're having a bad weekend, right? So you're going to have a superstar in heat 1, and that's going to give you opportunity to watch. More people, more eyes are going to be, and you can see that from
Yes.
the watchers in the live stream. The live stream from the start of the day, I don't think ever fell under 50,000,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I didn't see it
And
do that either.
usually you see it drop off a ton for heat 1 in events. Even teams were being watched, which is mind blowing to me. Yeah, you can bring it in here. And so, cookies.
I was like, is that your cookies that you ordered?
No, here, get whatever you want. Oh. Oh, this is half of each cookie? Oh my God. Here, in case you guys want to know what I just ordered. You ready for it? Here's my nightly food. Hold on.
Your nightly food. I asked you if this was a Friday tradition. This is
No.
a nightly endeavor?
No, this is tonight's dessert.
I feel like it's giving Halloween. What's happening there? Am I like,
Well, there's like a Reese's one. So we got like a Reese's one. It looks like pretzel and something, cookie dough, and then regular chocolate chip. So,
will you have any sort of like hangover from those in the morning?
Gastro? No. I mean, maybe. Might have the like one big poo, and then
maybe I shouldn't put that on you. You know what? You're gonna do great.
And then I'll be fine. No, I mean, I've always had like I try not to like, I think diets are important, but I also think like breaking diets are just as important because I think people get too like too sensitive to things for so long. Like, oh, it's discipline. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't have a beer, right? Or like you can't eat like, I mean,
no, but I can't have a beer.
Yeah, you're different. I'm talking in general. That's different.
Yeah, I guess.
That's different.
Sorry. I have to poke
and
fun
so
of it.
I think people that are like, oh, I'm so strict and I count everything. And I'm like, but yeah, but you haven't had a slice of pizza in like 4 years. I'm like, is that like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's like a point where it's like, all right, is this really good? Like, if I eat a pizza, I'm going to feel terrible for X amount of time. I'm like, that's probably less. That's probably not that good either. Anyways, now we're tilting off. Okay. What are we talking about? So what were we talking about?
I think we were just the 30 athletes in the field and the impact that has on people middling and all of that good stuff, and athletes' ability to make this a career.
I think
so if you talk about athletes being able to make this a career, you certainly have a lot of athletes that never make it into the top 30, 40 that truly do make it that, but it's what they're doing outside. So they are, I mean, you do. I'm not saying you have a load of them, but you definitely have I mean, I don't know the exact number, but you can definitely think of quite a few that are team athletes and things like that who have done a good job building their personal brand through social media, who are doing just fine. So, mind you, is that what you want? If you want to be the pinnacle of the sport, then no, you want to be the pinnacle of the sport. Um, but if it's
Is
making a
is
living
that
at it, you can
person
look at it through multiple lenses.
sure? Is that person leveraging the fact that they got a fat ass on Instagram?
Typically, they are aesthetically appealing, but most CrossFitters are.
Yeah. So and so I mean that's another topic, but
Yes.
um,
Anyway.
I think 30. Coming back to it, I think 30 is so far from a viewer experience is better play across the board, right? Um, Getting through an entire event in an hour and 45 minutes is pretty cool, right? Like that's and then like being able to get up and walk around, etc. Like that's pretty cool, right?
Mhm.
Not having like a 10-minute redirect into the next event,
Mhm.
right? And then having to sit through 5 heats or 4 heats or whatever it is, and 10 people that 7 that no one knows their name, and even at the highest level. So I think it's good. I don't think we should cut to 20. So start with 30 and cut to 20. I don't think cutting to 20, the problem is when you cut to 20, then you start rewarding people, like you start harming those that are trying to be in the middle, like that are in the 10 to 5 range. They start getting penalized more and more and more. No cuts, keep it the most fair, because events become more valuable the smaller the field is. And that's less ideal, right? So like it's not the same value. If you can get less points for the same placing, then that workout is worth different aspects and different it gets weighted, right? And so workouts become weighted, right?
Well, this is the first year that they've done it in this format. Mind you, that's kind of an LOL statement because every year is new in some way.
Mhm.
But one of the things they are also doing is announcing workouts earlier. And who knows if that will persist. But they just announced the dates of the Open for next year, which is
Right.
really early. And so the communication, it'll be interesting to see if they stick to this 30 and if we don't find out until last minute, or if we actually get to know that pretty quick from like the turnaround of, hey, well, let's do that.
Yeah. Um so going back to the point, so I hate how cuts, Riley says, I hate how cuts impact the points. Doing bad early would hurt more than doing bad after cuts. That's not true. It actually hurts more when you do bad after cuts. So if you get 20th now,
Yeah.
you get 30 points, okay, or whatever it is. If you get 20th after cuts, you get 0 points, right? So it hurts more later, but it makes workouts more valuable early. And we saw that in 2019 where 6 people got to the final 10 that were weak as fuck and they couldn't clean the bar and they got swacked.
Yeah.
So, um, it is it I think there's a time and place, but with 30, I think we can run it as is. 3 heats, it's still exciting, right?
Very
If
exciting.
if a few of your most popular here, let's just look who is going to be in heat 1 tomorrow,
Tomorrow. Brooke Wells.
just to prove the point, right?
Hmm.
So, people in heat 1 for tomorrow include Brooke Wells, Lucy McGonigal. Well, I guess not Lucy, Sydney. Yeah. So Brooke Wells, I mean, one of the most popular athletes in the entire sport.
I
And on
thought
the
I
men's,
heard I thought I heard JR reference for tomorrow splitting into 2 heats and going rounds of
yeah, so it's
15
15. That's just for one workout. That's just for the first
for
workout.
the first workout. So then
And
in
then
that first heat of 2, there will be
it'll go to
more.
back squat, will be everybody, and then it'll go back. And then um for this we have Bill Leahy, popular.
Uh-huh.
Moritz
Colton.
Fiebig, popular, even though he's at the bottom, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, Yonakoski, a perennial athlete, right? So we still have competition in the bottom, and some of these athletes can still make an impact high, right? Like Braun is going to have a good squat. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it is what it is. I'll ask JR. Perfect. Go ask JR on the other show. Um, so anyways, I think it's good. I like the 30. It seems like the better play from a fan perspective, which at this point I think is as important, if not more important than the actual test. Right. And so, All right, let's go. Let's do women first.
Okay.
Overall, what's your biggest story of the day?
In
Biggest
what way?
surprise, positive.
Biggest positive surprise. Mm. I can't say that I really have any standout positive surprise, like at all. I mean, Tia's still at the top. She's not dominating as much as you'd anticipate because of what happened. Um, I mean, I guess I don't. Lydia Fish is really beloved by many people, and I just haven't. I mean, other than I don't know. Anyway, that's a cool story. So I don't feel some sort of personal attachment to it. I don't know her yet or anything, but I don't know. I mean, I guess her and Lucy Campbell being up there at the top is cool. And then the surprise is if you go to the other end of things, the less than favorable surprise, of course. So just the one that's like how Brooke Wells is performing would be something I would say is a surprise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the flip
definitely.
side of it.
So I certainly have a couple.
Okay.
I think Lydia Fish is the surprise of the whole weekend at this point.
Yeah.
She came in, she's the last chance qualifier. And
Right.
this is where she is. She's in second place after day one. We'll do pretty well on this workout. We'll struggle on the back squat, but should do pretty well on the others. I think she has a really good chance to be in the top 10, maybe even top 5.
Wow. Yeah, that would be great for her.
I think another one is seeing Amy Kringle still in the top 5 after 29th.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive. Just shows how strong her first showing was. Miriam and Fee in the top 10. Miriam being very consistent. And Fee getting an event win. I mean, she really is like the CrossFit sweetheart at this point. Like if she finishes in the top 5 over the weekend, which she probably won't, but if she does, then I mean, she's so easy to like and enjoy and support, and
Yep.
she's just like a ball of joy, and so it's really good. Go ahead.
Well, no, I think with Amy Kringle it's kind of look at how she performed prior to that final event. And we just have to put a question mark on event 3. What would she actually have done had she not been dealing with the adversity that was present for that final heat? So yeah, it's incredible that she finished day 1 in 5th place. And where would she have actually been had that not unfolded the way that it did? Potentially higher.
Right. Yeah. I mean, almost for sure higher. Right. I mean, you can see it's super clear from like, if you look at the perspective, I mean, our top 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, only all but 2 were not top 9, like that's whatever, 10 people 10th or below were the top 10 best at pegboards.
Yep.
It is what it is, and that's what we have to work with, right? And so I think that's where we're at. Olivia bouncing back from probably pretty low. Same thing with Lexi Neely, right? Making their way back up. I mean, I think a lot of people are I like that the race is close. That's like probably my most pleasant surprise is we don't know anything. The only thing we know is that Tia is probably going to win. But there was a very near, I mean, let's see. So she was 16:0 or 12:05. I mean, she was 10 seconds away from not being in first place. Right?
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, right? And that's what we want to see, no matter what. Like we always want to see, even if everyone wants to see Tia's dominance, like you still want to see a race, right? And so that's an amazing thing that's happening. And I'm really excited for that. I think it's going to lead the weekend really, really well. Even if it might have come on the back of something less than ideal, it was still I'm still glad that there's a good race, right? So I think Lydia is my number one story. In the negative, it has to be Brooke Wells. I mean, she looks she just looks rough. She doesn't look like she's got the pop that she has in the past. I do think, again, that she was really angry at Syndicate. I think the competition at Syndicate might have been a little low overall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, surprising to see Grace and Lucy down here. Surprising to see Abby and Alexis and Haley 14th or 15th.
Yep.
Syria, probably didn't expect her that high. She got, on the positive end of
The luck of the
this
draw.
event. So we'll see. Olivia, again, making up ground. She was like 20th going into this event, maybe 18th. Made up a lot of ground. Claudia Gluck always just kind of like sticks around, right? Like she just is just sort of there. She did the same thing last year. She's just really fit, but not really impressive across like in any one direction as far as relative to the top. Fee being in the top 9 is really consistent, 17, 18, and then hits a home run, right?
Yeah, that one stays a question mark for me.
So but then again, right, we look at like, this is crazy. So Amy Kringle, Danielle Brandon, and Miriam. So 3 of our top 10s get capped. That shit never happens. That's not even a real thing, right?
Exactly.
So, but no matter what, we just have
Athletes
to
that are
roll with it.
known to be good upper body pullers.
Yeah, exactly. Danielle Brandon
they're
is
known
good
to be
at
good at
pull-ups.
that.
Yeah, for sure. Right. So, but it is what it is. And so that's where it is. And so yeah.
I would assume that it's probably too early still for this. Do you think that based on even just day one performances alone, that there's anyone that you thought had podium potential that you feel like based on day one alone is already out? Whether that's because of the current point or anything.
If Brooke had podium potential, it's gone 100%.
Yeah.
Top 5. If Alexis had podium potential, I think it's gone just based on how she looks. She's 100 points out of 3rd. 100 points can be made up over 7 events, right?
Sure.
And we didn't have the odds of us still having, right? And so I think the conspiracy is that there'll be an 11th score or a 12th score. And so 700 to 900 points are theoretically still on the board. That's a lot.
Right. So in this situation, you can't really count anybody out based on points, but you can more so look at the general disposition, the demeanor, et cetera, and say, hey, maybe there's 1 or 2 that unless something radically happens with their body language and so on, it's not looking too great.
Right.
At least for that.
I think someone like Fee is very much in striking distance to be a top 5. Olivia, same thing. All the events so far laid out after this point for Olivia look pretty good.
Totally.
I mean, Miriam's on there. Ariel's still, maybe even in some like tumultuousness. And oh yeah, we need to watch the announcement. I'll watch that CrossFit. We'll see what that looks like. She's still in 7th. Danielle Brandon is for sure in striking distance. I mean, she looks strong. And so I think everyone here that's here obviously is in striking distance, but I think everyone pretty much, I mean, Haley doesn't look great overall. I mean, she got 4th, but she's not that great at double unders. And she's good at pegboards. Like, she's a good upper body puller. She's one of the best like capacity gymnastics athletes. So I think she still has a chance to redeem herself for sure. But I mean, they have an uphill battle, but I don't think she actually looks bad. I think she just got the shaft and just a bad luck of the draw.
She's exactly 100 points back from first. So yet again, if we're having that many scores to play with over the remainder of the weekend, there's still so much potential for a huge comeback for her.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Lucy is probably out of a top 10 contention just because I think these 2 events were supposed to be her wheelhouses. And this was like a really hurtful. She felt like she was going to be a top 5 in this workout.
Oh, wow.
So that was a really big one. All right. So What do we do? Do you want to talk about how we feel about the guys and then talk about tomorrow after that?
Sure.
Cool. All right, guys, what an amazing leaderboard. Like, I can't even
Yeah.
begin to describe how fucking awesome this leaderboard is. It's just impeccable across, like, it's so good. 20
Well,
points separating first to seventh is like wet dream kind of amazingness, and it's just going to be so much fun. It's exactly what everyone wanted. No one thought it would actually happen, and it did. And it's the same, it's the people. Like, it's like, and it's like only 4 of the 7 that we thought, maybe, and so it's just gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so great. I'm so excited for day 2.
mhm.
Um, and we've got a race.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, and I know I said, "Yeah, let's go to the men," and then the final thought, I guess, for me on the women is just, like, given what occurred and knowing yet again, even though that 3rd event, the scoring is just jacked, like, you still if you look at the point spreads for the most part, the people that you would expect to be in the top 10, even if they're not there, with the exception of Brooke, like, realistically, I mean, even her, she has a chance to make a ton of ground, could.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's just like, you just have to shake it off and move along. I mean,
Right.
that's it, right? So, anyway, because there's so much opportunity left for them.
Yep.
But yes, the top 11. I think, what is that? Let's see here. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think the top 11 for the guys still holds all the guys that you expected to be up there,
Except Colton.
except for Colton. Yeah.
Yep. Colton interjects Harry Lightfoot.
Right.
And then I think Tudor subbed out for Ibarra probably, but Ibarra, where is he?
Oh, he's not too far down.
Yeah, he's right there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's close, right? And I mean, even for event 3, it obviously didn't affect the guys this much, right? So we have the top 11 or the top 10, 8 of them were top 10 in this workout. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's on point. These athletes just came to play.
Mhm.
All right. So, I mean, I think the biggest story of the week, I mean, it has to be Harry Lightfoot. Like, even though he's in 7th, I mean, it has like, dude, who the fuck is Harry? Harry
Mhm.
Lightfoot. Who the fuck are you? Like,
Uh,
this is amazing.
yeah, we're about
Right?
to find out.
This is great,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, and so when you look at the leaderboard and you see that the long event was the worst one and he just kept getting better, it probably means that he's going to be good in a lot of the rest of the weekend. Like, he's really fit in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Maybe just not a crazy ass runner like the rest of some of these guys. And that's it. Right? So it is it's going to be good. I think he's going to keep climbing. He's got an uphill battle, like, to
You
make
think
a
he's
big
gonna keep
swing.
climbing up the leaderboard, or you think
I
he's
think
gonna keep
so.
performing well?
I mean, if you perform well, you're going to climb the leaderboard because there's only so many spots, right? He's not going to get 7th.
Yeah, but look who's in front of him and look at even some of the guys behind him, like, they're probably
Sure.
gonna perform pretty well too.
Yeah, I agree. But I think, I mean, consistently, him and Jason are the ones that got better, right? They went 8th, 4th, 1, 10, 5, 3. Okay. And so when the run row run is your worst, like when the long piece and then both of these, which is an upper body pulling pattern and a skills athletic pattern, I think you're going to see consistency through here. And I think these guys are going to be staples in the top 7 the entire time, top 6. And I think they're going to continue to push up. And I think Jason's going to stay up there.
Yeah.
It is it's gonna be a great race. But I think he's the story. He has to be the overall like biggest surprise. And then as far as negative, I mean, it has to be Colton. But I mean, Colton could take like 3 W's tomorrow. I mean, he can win the back squat, he can win throttle up and hammer down. Right. I know the bike is really important, but that
Mhm.
guy can really hammer the bike, and his burpees are just so much fucking faster.
Right.
They're so much faster.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, especially um, with the weight vest on, I think it's going to really help him, and I think he's going to climb the leaderboard a
Yeah, you've already
ton
got a shortened range of
tomorrow.
motion plus a shortened
Right.
range of motion.
Yeah.
Not a
But I
lot of
mean, he's got to be the negative surprise of the weekend, and then maybe Bill Leahy. Bill Leahy's pretty sad. I'm pretty sad about Bill.
I would say so. And also, if
Um,
you take that back to the prop bet between him and Ty
I
Jenkins,
know Ty's shitting in his Cheerios.
yeah, I mean, and yet again, we're 3 in. There's so much more left. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it on this show. Sorry.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
133 is Ty Jenkins points after this first day. He's in 16th, but then Bill Leahy only has 57 points at the end of the day.
shut
Today.
up, Grant. God, fucking like Beetlejuice, dude. That's
What?
fucking crazy. As soon as we started talking about Ty, Grant, see, this is it. Someone said Ty Jenkins, and he fucking showed up. Beetlejuice in the flesh. So I would agree with you, but I'm going to have to disagree with you because if you look at Will's placings or Bill, if you look
Mhm.
at his placings, these aren't the placings of someone that's going to place higher on the leaderboard in other workouts.
Yeah.
They're all 22nd or worst,
Yeah.
right? And
Right.
Ty has an 11th and a 13th. Okay. And so it's not going to, they're not just all of a sudden going to flip, right? Like if Bill just had like a bad workout, like so if he had like a 10th and then like a 30th or like a
Sure.
27th, you know what I mean? Then it's like, okay, maybe he can start to middle some and then they're going to be there. But I don't think that's going to happen. He just doesn't, I mean, he's just, just like a
Well,
bag of
yeah.
milk, just kind of hanging around the bottom of the thing,
Damn,
right?
you just got compared to a bag of milk. No, I don't think I was necessarily arguing that he's gonna somehow make up a ton of ground on Ty. I mean, I did like who knows what throughout these events. I definitely think his athleticism is something that we haven't seen much of and should hopefully see more of. But no, more so just that already for the prop bet is looking like, they were saying 25 point separation, and
Right.
be interesting to see if it's something significantly greater.
Yeah. And then I definitely think that we have to start considering that Austin Hatfield isn't like, I don't know, as good as what everyone thinks or what John
JY.
has made everyone thinks.
Yeah.
I think. For two things, he might have an upper body pulling endurance issue, maybe a little bit. Strict upper body pulling, shortcut rope climbs at Syndicate in this, right? And he clearly has a decision-making issue, right? There's no way
Be
this
able
guy
to adapt in real time in the event.
yeah, like when he gets punched, he didn't get punched in the face really well, right? Like he's not Rocky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he didn't get punched in the face really well. So when it happens, it really rattles him, right?
Yeah.
When something doesn't go perfect, right? When it doesn't come easy, when it's not like it just doesn't go like, the plan doesn't it's just not executed perfectly, right? He doesn't create audibles really well and make adjustments. Usually if it doesn't go perfectly, like it kind of blows up, right? And we saw that there today, right? Obviously his shoes were slipping. I mean, and so could he have gotten caught up in the race? Very much so, right? Because none of the other guys struggled, right? Like he had the towel and
Yep.
he's
It
a good
wasn't the
puller.
same scenario as the women.
Right. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
So,
well, and right afterwards, they went live very briefly. JY mentioned in his opinion, still believing that this was an execution error and it is not a pulling capacity issue, according to him.
It has to be somewhat. They have to be intertwined at some point.
I would agree with that.
But if you think you're good, if you think you're going to do well in an event and your competitors are smoking you, or you're going to try and keep up and you're going to make an execution error, right? But if you were fitter, then it wouldn't matter. So there's still probably a limitation there, right? Like if there was a thruster issue and he was trying to keep up, he would just keep up because he's better, right? So I don't think
I'm with you. I didn't agree with that take.
100 points down for him in this position. It's going to be really tough for him to crack the podium now. Obviously, there's a lot of points on the board. But again, it's going to be really hard for them to start middling and gapping people, right? Like he's only going to gain a couple points on them here and there between those top 5 guys, right? And so being 60 points or 100 points down, or 80 to 100 points down from all of them, even if he gained 10 points an event, it would take all the way to the last event just to get to the podium, right? Like if you gain 10 points per event, which would be in 2 spots more on average than everyone at the top besides Jay and Dallin, right? And so, which would mean that you'd have to be getting first and second in basically all the other events, right? And so it's going to be really hard for him to crack the podium at this point, in my opinion. Just because how tight I think the top 6 are going to be in every event moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel like an unrealistic number or like number of points to need to gain, but I hear what you're saying as far as like, yeah, but the field, they're good. Where are you going to get them? They're good. Yeah.
Very similar to Noah and Matt in 2018 or 19? 18. No. 19, when he just couldn't, he was down points because of the sandbag or whatever, and he just couldn't gain points because he couldn't get people to beat Noah, right? Like he couldn't get, like Noah would get second, he would get first, and then he got third on the swim and Noah got first, and so he just couldn't find ways to get enough points on him until the very end, right? So I think that's the biggest thing. So I mean, I think from a negative, Austin's up there too, and Colton. As far as like, I'm stoked to see Jay Crouch up there. I mean, his online semifinal performance was very evident that this is what we were going to see, but you know, it's hard to predict that. Adler with an 11th and a 6th, super surprising, right?
So yeah, and Lauren Khalil has been hanging out in the area where they come back from events, it seems like, and catching some good interviews there. Have you seen any of those?
No.
Yeah, she did do one with him making his way back from. Yeah, I think so. I think. Well, they're all worth watching, but there's one with him where his demeanor in it seems like the opposite of confident, or even just almost disinterested. I don't know.
Jeff
Adler. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it on stories or?
I think it's probably, I think she's collabing with Talking Elite. Is that right?
Good on you, Jeff.
Yeah, but it's gone now.
When are you going to bring it back?
I don't know. Not tonight. I don't think so. This went really not great. The crossover was the stressful part, and that went super fine. The dumbbell just didn't feel good at all. So poor time on this workout. 13th. Yeah. That sucks.
When you know that you go into an event wearing the leader's jersey and it's going to be taken from you, how does that add to maybe the fight or the dog in you that's going to come back on the floor?
No, it doesn't change anything for me. I kind of knew that I was going to give it back today, but can I get it back after this next one? Maybe. Who knows? But the first day, I don't really care. It's all about Sunday. So got to rack up the points. This 13th is not helping at all, so got to make it up somewhere else.
And white and red looks good on you, Jeff.
Yeah, but it's gone now.
I mean,
and maybe when I say disinterested, that's just literally like just kind of how he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate saying it's gone now, right? Like that's the mindset. Like I lost it. I don't deserve this at this point, and I'm all for that. But it's, I don't know. Like to say there's no dog in the fight, like, oh, that's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't know. I agree with you. I think it's disinterested. I mean, he's just boring.
Yeah.
He's just a boring guy.
And then I will say she also did another one. Like I said, they're probably all worth watching. I'll go back and watch them. But there was another one that she did with Syria that was probably just really entertaining and insightful. She seems like she's opening up pretty quickly. So anyway.
With the final event, I didn't think, the day started a bit off. I was undernourished. I did a carb cut because I had a problem with my shins. I thought the day would start on a high and go down. Instead, it went the other way around. But I'm happy with.
Did she say
carb cut? She did.
She did a carb cut? I think she was trying to mitigate inflammation.
It sounds like it.
That's fucking crazy. As an athlete, you're fucking inflamed literally all the time.
All the time.
Right? Like, your carbohydrate consumption is not inflaming you muscularly, that's wild work. Wild work, especially for someone that is like in the middle of a shin splint bit. Like that shit's not going to change.
And going through, like, did a carb cut right before going into the efforts that were required first thing this morning. Like,
yeah, or just the CrossFit Games in general. I just
because in my heart, I know the first two events don't really represent my performance. So it looks like I might have some gaps and some things that are good, but I know I'm more well-rounded than it looks. But I'm happy with this last one. I didn't think I did so well. And I also thought that because I was a bit ahead, maybe I paced it too much and I could have pushed a bit more if I was in a higher heat. But it looked like, even the last clean was like on edge. So I thought, okay, maybe I pushed it just right. I was very happy. I didn't think I was so good at pegboards because, well, I'm not very good, but we didn't have pegboards in competition ever before. Like I had one time in Egypt, lateral, and I did very bad. So I didn't know, but now I know I'm good at pegboards. So it's a good thing, yeah.
So then how often have you been able to practice on those if you don't really have them?
I have them in my box, but I haven't done them against anyone else in competition. So I didn't know how I stood. So I stood at pegboard, I was like, will I do good, will I do bad? I have no idea. I do good. So now I hope to see them again.
Well, you have a top finish. Do you know exactly where you finish as the final heat is just finishing?
Yeah, when the last, I know that was a top. So I finished last heat. So I was like, okay. So even if anyone beats me now, I'm still 21st. And then the second heat came, that means I'm 12th. And then I was like, it's good. I was climbing. I was very happy.
Also, first year to the CrossFit Games, what were the...
I like her.
Yeah. And then from there, she just talks about her patriotism and her, like, just very proud to be there from Albania. And it's not a very well, anyway, it's just the whole thing was just very sweet. And it seems like very quickly she's warming up to talking.
Yeah. Good. I love it. Tyne Sess. I don't think he's boring. You're right. He's boring. He's boring. I know people that have worked with him. They're like, he's more regimented than Matt. Yeah. Anyways, I think she is sweet. Can't believe no one's picking Roman to win. We're getting there. This is how he supports us. I mean, just to be clear, this is how all of them support their family, right? Like Hopper's wife doesn't work. I mean, Ellie. Dallon's wife doesn't work. James' wife doesn't work. I think they're all like supporting them. So I mean, that's not really a thing. I mean, they're all there.
And as soon as you say supporting them, those women are also like running their social media and doing all sorts of things. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not saying they're just sitting home.
Yeah, they'd be doing things.
So I'm excited to see Jay. Roman's impressive, man. 2nd, 10th, 2nd. Climbing couplet. He's a big guy, right? Yeah. He's a big guy. And to be 2nd in climbing couplet and 2nd in the run row, between those two events, he's the most consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of all the athletes. And so I think all the athletes, like male and female, right? So that's a good testament. Like, all right, he's balanced. He's going to do well. We'll just see how he fares in the back squat, but I think he's going to do really well everywhere else. I think he's going to really do well in the Albany grip trip. Throttle up and throttle down are good workouts for him. Machine, monster. I mean, we could see Roman in the top of the leaderboard after day 2 for sure.
Totally.
All right. I think those are the stories for the day.
And then this is kind of unrelated, but also not. I do have to say I agree with her carb cut from Kyle. I did the carnivore diet for about a half a year and my inflammation was way down. Yes. That should reduce inflammation for sure. Just given the context of like where she's at in her competitive journey. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know that we want to dive too deep into that, but
I mean,
certainly can be a inflammation reduction tool that's effective, but given you're about to go to the games.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. The day before, I don't think so. I mean, this is like a long-term thing, right? Like you would do this for weeks leading in, and then you would carb load your normal bit. Like you would never try to cut any type of calorie consumption right before. You know what I mean? Like that's not how you mitigate inflammation, right? So
yeah, you're thinking more chronically, not
right.
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 Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Okay. So then from here, okay. So storylines we've kind of touched on. Obviously the Colton thing is surprising circumstance.
You have things written
being
down
really,
next to you.
yeah.
You're the best. This is why you're here.
Well, after the first event today, I was like, sweetie, you're gonna have to do better than that. And of course it was just kind of like get in there and feel it out. But anyway, I would like to contribute. So anyway, let's do the best we can. So then what is the overall most epic moment from today for you?
Positive or just in general, like the most memorable moment?
I'd say, yeah, just take it wherever you want.
I mean, the biggest moment of the day is Colton's rope breaking. And
Uh-huh.
there's no question about it. And I mean, that's like beyond, like that's a huge thing, right? And then I think second is probably like the Tia Willow back and forth. Like that was pretty cool.
That's mine.
That was so sick.
Easily.
Like there's very few
I don't know
things.
how many times I'm going to watch that, but it's going to be quite a few.
I think there's just something special about like being able to experience life with a child, and like your kid seeing you on the big stage and being excited and cheering for you, and you seeing her because she's on the, like, just that whole back and forth was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pull
Well,
it
and I
up
mean,
'cause I'll
she has
cry.
no idea, her age and so on. She's
Right.
just, that is
Yeah.
just pure raw, how she feels in that moment. And it was just so perfect.
CrossFit Tia getting smashed by an event is bigger. I mean, again, if it was truly like getting smashed and not maybe something out of her control, maybe it would be bigger. But I mean, if that argument then leads to like her doing legless pegboards and not getting last place and not falling from the top, is probably just as big and pretty impressive.
That's what I was about to say, is the adaptability factor. Like we talked about, for some athletes not being, really struggling with, okay, what do I do? Do I do anything different, et cetera? I mean, she just went legless and adapted in that way. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's still shocking, but also she navigated it like in Tia fashion. And clearly I'm not done with this. CrossFit just said inflammation and cortisol are not net negatives all the time. I also would agree with that. Anyway.
All right. Amy is watching. More inflammation talk. All right. So what's yours? What you said yours was going to be Tia, right?
Totally the Tia Willow moment. Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about tomorrow.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let me start with a question to clarify, and maybe you'll know, maybe the chat will know. On the CrossFit Games Instagram post that tells what 6 and 7 are, event 6 and 7, it says starting 7 minutes after 6 for 7. Does that mean that they will have a time domain to complete 6 and then have a 7-minute rest period? I'm anticipating the answer being no, or is it that's 7 minutes, you finish it when you do, wait till the clock hits 7 minutes, then go? I just can't seem to find verbiage that makes that clear enough for me at this time.
It says it on there, and it says its second workout starts at the 7-minute mark.
Okay, I never saw anything that said that specifically.
Yeah, it's on the workouts. When you go to the workout, start at 7 minutes. It says 7 minutes after, but there's not enough time.
Right.
I think it starts 7 minutes after IE6 starts, is probably what it means to say. So it says it starts 7 minutes after IE6. There's not enough time for it to, like, if you look at the schedule itself, like if this was a 6-minute cap and then it started at 13 minutes and then this was another 6-minute cap, it means each heat would be like 25 minutes. And so there's just not enough time for that.
Got it.
So in the schedule. All right, here we go. Albany grip trip starts the morning, heats of 15, which I think are going to be a really big deal. Yeah, at 7-minute mark. Right. There we go. So I mean, I think this is so hard to pick. I mean, you just
who's going to do well?
Everyone's going to do well. I think this is going to really come down to a lot of execution. I mean, it's gonna be balls to the walls.
Well-
They're gonna be on a runner, which is a little less than ideal, but that narrows the field from Jeff and Ricky to like Jason, James, and Dallin, and even Justin, because the runner benefits the big guy relative to flat ground running.
Yeah, that's
Right.
where I was headed with that. Specifically the Woodway too.
Right. So I think, man, I really think like Roman might take the W.
Mhm.
I think he's going to really just put his foot down. And I mean, I think he's going to be in the lead after event 4. So do we trust runners? I know every affiliate, those things vary. I think when they're really used, they vary. And then I know we saw that in semifinals 2 years ago, 23 in Orlando, maybe. But I think that was a very unique time. I don't think we really saw it after there. Like when they had true form, it was better. The air runner seems to be, but isn't this a Rogue piece of equipment? Didn't Rogue make the Woodway?
Yes.
So I mean, you have to trust Rogue's equipment for standardization across pieces. Maybe more than like a runner. Especially a new runner. Pegboard wall is varied.
That's what I was just about to say. I was like,
I mean,
yeah.
sort of, right? Maybe it seems like something was varied. But it's yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to send it. I mean, it's 4 rounds, 300-meter run.
That was 5.
5 rounds,
It's
300-meter run, 12 deadlifts, 100-foot handstand walk at a pretty heavy. I mean, 60 deadlifts, then going into a 1RM back squat, and then into this pure beatdown of like a fucking sprint.
Dude,
basically
it's gonna be a gnarly day.
2 5-minute workouts, each for 100 points. It's gonna hurt. Tomorrow's gonna hurt really bad, and there's a lot of intensity. There's no pacing, I mean, there's definitely strategy, but it's going to, I mean, it's going to be who can execute extremely fast, right? Like pegboards are different, crossover double unders are different, right? Like there's this like failure element, and we don't have that in these next workouts, right? So we're going to see a lot of intensity from a lot of athletes, and it's going to be who's going to want it more, which is going to be fun. The jump ropes didn't vary. That was Colton's rope. I just want to make that clear. Like it was
the
his
secondary rope was still his rope.
It does. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
The only rope that matters is the first rope, and the first rope was his rope. So I don't think the jump ropes didn't vary. Like it broke. It's on Colton.
Yeah.
It's like his shoe exploded. Anyways, we're not talking about that. It's an irrelevant comment. All right. What do you think about? Do you have any predictions or any thoughts in event 4 for tomorrow?
I think you nailed it. I expect Roman to do really well in this one. But then again, but look at all the other guys. I guess maybe let's see. So I'd be curious to see because I think we know so many of these other guys. We already know they're great runners. Yes, this runner is going to lend hand to the bigger athlete. But yeah, just looking at these top 10, 11 guys, we kind of expect all of them to do well. I guess if you know of any that aren't good upside down, but I don't see any issues. I guess the one question mark would be Lightfoot, right? Like we're learning about him. He's new. And so how does he fare when looking at these top guys coming into day 2?
Yeah.
But yeah, Sarah Cooper says Tudor will run on his hands. Yeah, he's known to do that.
Yeah. And is it enough to make a difference? Like relative to maybe his lack of running ability, maybe, right? Like it's not that much running. It's under a mile. Okay. So 30 seconds, can he create 30 seconds or 45 seconds on his hands? The answer is probably yes. But how does he manage? I mean, he's strong enough to manage the deadlift. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's a good opportunity for him. It's 500 feet of handstand walks is still a lot. It's not in the point of people are going to fail, but it's enough where it's enough that someone who's excellent to someone who's just okay can start to create some space just because there's so much time spent on the hands, and you have to turn around and he's going to be faster to the hands. So I think he'll do well. But I do think that this leaderboard looks almost probably of the 10, like 1 through 10, looks 7 spots different after tomorrow.
Like there are 7 positions within the 10 that change at least one 100%. Spot. Yeah.
Without
a lot of shuffling.
Then I mean, I don't think Colton does great in this one. This is going to be a damage control event just from a size perspective, right? Like his run is going to be maybe average. He's going to deadlift fine. Even though if it does have little hands, but his handstand walk is not that fast, right? And that's where like limb length does play a role, and I think it's going to hurt him. But I think everyone else, I think we're just going to focus on the top 10 here on or top 11 maybe with Austin. I think Austin will redeem himself some. Nothing there is going to stop him in his tracks. So I don't know. I think it's going to be like Jason, Roman, James at the top.
You say I think it's going to be Jason, Roman, who?
James. I think they're all going to beat Jeff in this workout. Mainly because they got the dog in him, and he said he didn't want, and so fuck that. Fuck you and your cat.
Oh man.
Canadian cat. All right. Back squat. Here's where a lot of these guys at the top, besides I don't think anyone in the top 10, I think maybe only a couple in the top 10 actually finished in the top 10, which is so funny, right? So you have Austin, maybe Justin, Jack, Nick, Colton.
Jason.
I don't think Jason finishes in the top 10.
Seems like there's a lot of confidence. I think maybe that's, we'll see.
I mean, he put a 500 on his Instagram.
Okay.
But I don't think 500 is top 10. I think it's like 510.
Wow.
Jeff has made it seem I would say Jeff in general, but it seems though like Jeff has made it clear that he hasn't been lifting that heavy. And if you're not in a back squat cycle or you haven't been in a while, then I mean, I don't see you hitting a PR or being over 500, right? Like the back squat is unique just from a CNS perspective. It's not like a snatch or a clean and jerk where you can hype yourself into it. Like I think there needs to be a lot more prep and consistent exposure to it. And so, I mean, I don't know. He'll probably be in the top 10, but I don't know. I don't see him like really pushing the needle there. So.
Process said he seems in a weird space.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think he's just being interviewed. I don't think he's interviewed often. I don't know if he's in a weird thing. This is how he always is. He's just actually in front of the camera. And I think this is how he always is personally. I don't think it's different. I think it's just what we usually see. And Braun will do well. I think Moritz squats pretty well. And
that
so,
me.
Again, lower athletes are going to middle. Probably 5 or 6 of your top 10 are going to be nowhere near the top 10. So I think we're going to see a lot of shuffling. And a lot of these guys are going to finish in middle of the 10, like 10 to 20 pack. And so we're going to see even more shuffling after they probably stay pretty close up top. This will be the one workout where some of these lower athletes are going to have a chance to sneak in and maybe make their way up the leaderboard.
And you said top end. Do you think somebody's going to get near 575 on this?
I think Colton's going to squat 575.
Crazy.
All right. So then we have
Sarah Cooper. Did we find out if they get 3 attempts or how they're running it?
I haven't heard.
Me neither.
I assume when they announced it, like when we saw them doing in the squat rack, I assume they talked about it. It looked like it was a window and they just were going at it. So
yeah.
I think
it's a window. Says, do we see any athletes ripping salts? I hope so.
100%. Someone will. Justin will. For sure.
Love it.
All right. Let's see if we can find the announcement. I just hit a wall. I'm fading hard Like it just like hit me in
Sudden.
the face.
Is
Yeah,
that it was those cookies?
it was the cookies for
Yeah,
sure.
you ate those, and now you're
I
ready to go
knew it.
night.
Night. We're going night. All right.
CrossFit
Here we go.
says 5:55 is my winner.
No,
Still,
it's gonna be more.
all of it's gonna be impressive as all get out.
All right. I guess before they started this, he made what's his name? The Australian guy on the squad. Royce do this like twice with no vest, and then made these guys come do it with a vest.
Yes. Now we're looking at event 6.
Event 6 and 7.
Yes. Which is actually really funny.
Yeah. He's done that before.
Yeah.
Right, so they're gonna ski. They're starting at 37 seconds. Did they row? They didn't row 35 calories in a minute and 15 seconds. Did they? I guess they probably did. Almost 2 minutes. He pulls his feet back way too early.
He said he pulls his feet back really what?
Way too early.
Way too early.
Yeah. On the second rep. Long and then short. Long. Yeah. All right, so they do 28 chest bars, and then they do 3 burpees to each box, and then they move. They didn't do it here. They move every 3 boxes, or every 3 reps for 8 boxes on the floor.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I thought there were 3 total boxes.
I thought so too, but when JR and them said it, I think it's actually 8.
CrossFit? I'm just now relying on you for basically everything.
Everything.
I'm convinced that you know everything. So
it's weird. It's JR.
It's his alter ego.
Yeah.
If that's 8 boxes across the floor, that'll be just
80 boxes. Why?
I mean, for spectacle purposes, you're going to be able to really tell. I don't know. I mean, not that you wouldn't be able to with 3 boxes, but
maybe 4 minutes.
The first event took about 4.
Yeah. Dude, Rafa just getting waxed in every time that he demos.
I was going to say, I wonder how he feels about having to demo alongside Nate Ackerman.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Did you watch this? Do you watch Get With The Programming?
Yes.
Case? Did you watch
Hilarious.
this
the first
episode?
one I wasn't. Yeah. The first impression, I wasn't aware that that's what he was doing, and it was. I just remember being like, "What just like?
Why is he yelling?
Yeah, what just happened?
Why is JR so loud?
I was sleeping. So funny.
I had fallen asleep, and I just heard him say, like, in WODprep, I was talking to CJ DePalma, and I was like, why is my name on this show? And I was like, why is someone yelling it? I was like, this is very weird.
And of all people.
And yeah. So we're going to rest till, I'm guessing. So they're actually going to go do the full thing. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, they do. But see, so they just said that to her. I mean, that was very, very quickly after the pegboards, and she's already really chill.
I think she's annoyed.
I'm not saying she's not annoyed, but I think that she seems to me like recovered pretty well there.
You know, she's going to wax everyone.
Yeah.
All right. And so they smoke the bike. Right. He does these in 2 sets. Rafa takes, I don't know, like 10 sets.
Who knows? Poor Rafa.
I know. All right. And then another 24 burpees. I thought it was 3, and then I heard JR say it's going to be 3. Because the problem if it's 3 is then they have to go around the box and go. And so there's definitely, it slows it down a little bit. So it sounded like it was going to be 8, but she's an adult. Yeah. I mean, that's how they should always act, right? All right. All right. All right. I think this is the workout that we saw him laying down on. That was like the hardest one or whatever it was. All right. So that
Good
is
call out.
our event 6 and 7. Throttle up and throttle down. 35 ski. And it's the same for women too. So this is a different workout for women. Like being big and strong helps for the men, but it really helps for the women because they're going to create a lot of gapping in this ski for the same calorie count. So I think it's going to be a big difference. Now, with that being said, it's also a bigger percentage increase. So it's 2 pounds heavier for the vest and 2 pounds heavier for both men and women. But 2 pounds over 14 pounds is like 15%, right? And 2 pounds from 20 pounds is 10%, right? So that's, I mean, it's enough. Like it's going to be a little bit of a difference. And so it's going to benefit a bigger athlete across the board.
Yeah. Yes. And I don't think it's, I mean, as much as it's 15%, I also don't think it's too terribly noticeable. But that's easy for me to say as I don't wear a 16-pound vest. So.
You ever thrown a 16-pound wall ball?
I'm sure I have done lots of 20.
16 is different than 14. Obviously, 20 is way different, but 16 is measurably different. I don't think 22 from 20, I don't think you'd feel the same. Like it makes a big difference. I think it's going to hurt like smaller girls like a Lydia. They're going to feel a lot more fatigue just from being smaller. And now, is 28 enough to really make the difference? No, but the cumulative fatigue going into the next piece, I think, is going to. So
okay, because that's what I was gonna say. There's not enough reps for you to like get to. I mean, it's just gonna happen so fast.
Right.
It's one round.
It's quick.
It's not wearing it for a long slog.
It's quick, but it's gonna accumulate a ton. Even jumping with it, right? Like it's gonna be challenging for some of the smaller athletes, I think. All right, let's talk about who's gonna do well. Let's go men first. Throttle up and throttle down. I mean, I think the big guys are going to do okay.
Yeah.
I think John and them were very confident with that they're going to do excellent. And I don't see that. I don't think there's enough calories on the bike to make that big of a difference. I don't think there's enough calories on the machines that they're going to create that much time. 10 seconds is an eternity to take 35 calories in a minute. Like 35 calories in a minute goes 35 calories in a minute takes roughly 1650, I think, or 1800 calories an hour pull, right? But if you pulled 1600, you're only going to be like 6 seconds behind them, right? And so I don't think there's going to be enough time made up by being huge on the machine. I think this is a little guy event. I think it's a little guy event. I think someone like Colin Bosshard, Colton, Austin, Harry, Ricky, someone that's going to be really good at burpees. The majority of the workout is burpees.
Yeah.
Actually, the entire, like 50% is going to be the burpee, at least in the first part. And so I think those that are exceptional at burpees are going to win this first workout.
That, and I mean, the shorter athlete, of course, has a shorter range of motion on the rig too. So,
right. Rep scheme is faster.
Yeah.
So I think this is someone even like maybe Yonakowski, Colton, and Austin, I think is going to be there. Yona doesn't look great, but he's very good at burpee volume. And so I'm picking these two, at least on the first one, and maybe even someone like Harry. Excuse me. And then as far as hammer down, I don't think it changes that much.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's going to be who can hang on to the bar muscle up, who's got a faster cycle rate, right? Who can keep it to 2 sets. I don't think anyone's going to try and go unbroken. And then it's going to come down to who's faster on the burpee. Right. And so, man, I just think it's going to be a small guy effort, even though
how do you think James fares here?
I think they still fare fine.
Yeah.
Right. Cause they're going to get some space. I don't think any of these fit. I mean, these guys are fit, right?
Yeah. Same thing. We have, keep in mind, 20 points separate.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right
so
now.
I think they all do fine, but I don't think they win. I think Austin and Colton I think they go like 1 and 2 on throttle up. and hammer down. On
Be
both.
great for them.
So, yeah. All right. Women. Ready?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, smirking, we have like the easy grab, on every single one. So then I guess we just have to move on from there. Who else does well?
So, I mean, in grip trip, man, I don't know. I mean, you would think Kringle's going to do well. She's strong enough. I'm not as, I think this is a good event for Ariel, probably a good event for Fee. Trish, what's up? Olivia, I think, is a great event for her. I think she's going to cycle the bar. She's great on her hands. Yeah, it just depends on how much the run is going to affect the athletes, right? But I think being on the runner benefits someone like Olivia in general. So Danielle Brandon's going to be really good here as long as the bar doesn't slow her down. But I think the girls' bar is measurably lighter. I don't think the axle is going to make enough of a difference because they're still going to switch grip. If they had to double overhand, then I think it would make a huge difference. Which I guess theoretically could be something that's a twist, which would be crazy. That would be monstrous. Because that would crush some girls would hardly be able to get the bar off the ground.
Yeah, that just feels really unlikely. I don't know about hard to get it off the ground, but struggle a lot more.
Do you ever do no hook deadlifts, like double overhand?
Yeah, all the time.
With no hook grip?
No, I just do double overhand all the time.
Yeah, so you can't hook grip an axle bar. So like next time that you're deadlifting, if you just want to feel it, like do a suicide grip.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Whenever I deadlift with Jimmy, because of course he's got that powerlifting background, I don't hook grip there when I do stuff with him, but he's always having, anyway. I don't think I suicide either though.
Yeah. But I mean, you would go over, right? But you won't be able to lock your fingers, right? It's like you'll be holding it. Like the axle is almost this wide.
Yeah, I've used an axle bar, I think literally in a workout a couple of times, and it's been a long time, and it was tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
But it was also for overhead squat. I remember one of those. So I mean, like that's just not the same. Or overhead walking lunge. I'm sorry.
Nice. I've done that once in a workout, and it was like at body weight. I made it like 5 steps. I was like, I probably should have scaled that workout. I mean, I think it's anyone's game. I don't think this is like, I don't know the girls as well. So hard for me to make as many predictions. You would think Haley would do well. You would think Abby would do well here. You would think Alexis would do well. You would think Gracie would do well, but it's hard to say, right? I think everyone under that is probably going to be poor. I think all these lowest runners are going to kind of stay there. Everyone says Carolyn's a great deadlifter. I don't think it makes shit of a difference in this workout. So I think
there's too much other stuff going on.
She'll be higher than 21st, but I don't think she does anything more than 10th. I still think the handstand walk and the run are going to be the biggest challenges, right?
Yeah. Well, Danielle should perform well at this one.
Danielle should do well. Again, I don't think 220 is going to put any of these girls in a compromised position.
Yeah.
Back squat, I think this is like Olivia's and Miriam's to lose. I think Miriam might back squat 375. I think that's who is going to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All the talk was Olivia and Annika. I didn't even know that about Miriam.
I think Miriam's I think she's actually the better squatter of all of them. So I think those will be your top 3: Annika, Olivia, Miriam, in reverse order: Miriam, Olivia, Annika. Yeah, that's my prediction. What do you think? Do you have any thoughts?
Well, no, I guess I'm looking a little bit further down, like thinking just, I think this should be good for Ariel, right?
The back squat?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, she clean and jerked 250 at SoCal. So she's got a back squat.
Yeah, she's strong.
In the like low threes, mid low threes, 320, something like that. I know she doesn't ever do any type of like, she doesn't do a lot of cycles ever, like ever. She never does lifting cycles.
She used to, didn't
She
she?
used to, but
Yeah.
that was when she worked with a coach and she stopped. That was only for like that first year.
Okay.
And she doesn't max out ever.
Yeah.
She never goes for 1RM lifts. And so for a clean and snatch, I think it's one thing, but I think for a back squat, man, I think it's just different. Like I said, like your CNS just needs to feel it because there's just so much time when the bar is sitting on your shoulders to before you take that. And like, there's just a lot of like nervous system firing that needs to happen prior to hitting a huge back squat.
Well, and now that you're bringing
so-
this up, it does also make me happy then that they knew this far enough in advance that for those who have not been doing this, that they got to touch on it at least a couple of times prior to coming in. So maybe they weren't in a cycle where they were actively seeking to improve it, but even just a couple of weeks of touches on it at those high percentages is going to be positively impactful to their awareness of where they should even be for this. So that's good.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think, I think I don't know. It's so hard to say. One of the prop bets is Danielle, Haley, and Lydia. And I think Danielle, I don't think it's a good prop bet. I think she takes that one easily. I think it hurts Fee. For sure hurts Lydia and Lucy. So they're going to drop from that.
How does Amy do?
I hear Amy's not that strong.
Okay.
Even though she's kind of bigger, but I hear she's not super strong. So that's just from John. So I have to go with the source.
Okay.
So I don't think she does super well in that either, but I think she does good in Albany grip trip. Now, obviously, Tia's going to do well. I don't think Tia wins by any means. Obviously, I think she can win Albany grip trip. She's going to be mad. Mad Tia is usually winning Tia. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of like she definitely gets fueled
got that
by
dog
anger
in her
very successfully, uses anger. And so she does hate to lose. So I won't bet against her, that's for sure. But I won't put her in the winning spot for back squat. Throttle up, throttle down, or hammer down. While Tia will do well, those aren't her events, like pure power sprints like that. So I definitely think we're going to see someone else take the cake there. Someone like an Annika, fast burpees, something like that. Lucy, obviously. Lydia, very fast. Ariel, Fee. I think those are all athletes that are going to do really well.
This could be great for Ariel as well.
Yeah, it's going to be good for Ariel.
Yeah, let's see how she finishes after tomorrow.
Yeah, I think she's going to move her way up the leaderboard. I
Yeah.
mean, I think we had her in the podium, so I think it's a good day for her, a good moving day for her. I mean, Danielle can sprint. I think she can do well, but her burpees aren't wickedly fast.
Yeah.
And
that's such a big component of both of these workouts.
Grace can hammer it, right? So I think this is a good one for Grace as long as she can hang on. They're a little bit longer, but they're not longer than the burpee workout that she beat Tia in at Torian.
Yeah.
Which was machine and burpees, I believe, like an interval style. Like you had to complete a certain amount of work and then you AMRAP burpee box jump overs or burpee over ballistic blocks or something to a finish. So a good one for her.
So she should come to this one wanting to swing for the fences.
Yep. Could be a good day for Brooke. Might not be. I don't know. I mean, the first two workouts should be okay. She's a great deadlifter. She's a good runner and she's great at handstand walks. Theoretically, Brooke should win that workout. I think me and John picked her to win this workout.
Really?
But based on what she looks like now, I mean, I'd probably walk that back. I probably maybe still put her in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Or she comes out mad and she crushes it.
I mean, top 10's a lot different than first.
Right. So, yeah, Brooke's run finish was disappointing for sure. And as far as the sprints, we know her burpees aren't wickedly fast. I think anyone, if you're trying to figure out who's good at burpees, you just see how their chest gets to the ground. Their chest gets to the ground first, they're fast at burpees. If it doesn't, they're not fast and it takes longer. It takes a second every rep at least. And so a lot of these athletes lower themselves every rep, and you can see it early on in their burpees. Even if they're fit and they can move quick for a long period of time, like you have to have a fast cycle rate here. And the cycle rates really, really matter. So
I love that you pick a fight with that detail of it, because I think it's really important.
It's literally the most important detail of
and it's such an easy grab.
It's easy. Everyone can do it. They're like, I can't get my chest down first. It's too hard. I'm like, it's not like doing a pull-up, right? Like where there's like a limitation. It's literally the faster way, the more efficient way, and like the least muscular fatiguing way, like across the board, right? Like it's one of the only ways where when you get tired, people continue to make it harder. They lower themselves slower and slower and slower. It's the only movement that you do that. Maybe coming down on a handstand walk or like a handstand push-up. That's like the only one. But other than that, for some reason, everyone, they go like, and then they lower slower. What are you doing?
Right.
I don't understand. Why?
Yeah. Lay there a second longer if you need to.
I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like, just lay on the ground.
Yep.
Lay on the ground instead. So anyways.
I'm with you.
All right. I think that's it.
Yep. That gets us through all of them.
I'm faded. All right. What time tomorrow?
Event starts at 8 a.m. Central for grip trip.
All right. 7:45, 7:40.
Whatever.
Cool.
I'm here.
I know. You're a savage. I'm crushed. Dude, I just got punched in the face. I'm tired.
So funny.
Super tired.
No, I'm just so excited for day one went as well as day one could have gone. Were there circumstances, all that? Yeah, we've stuff happened, right? But overall, it was such a great spectacle of fitness. And I anticipate tomorrow being just as good, if not better. Realistically better. We have 4 scored events, and one of them is not a long run following 2 athletes, so it's going to be a super fun day. So
yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. We know the race is we already know the race is better, right? Yep. Like you go into event 1 and everyone's like, they're tied. I'm like, yeah, but you kind of always know, right? We don't know.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what makes it great. And there's close races on all aspects of both leaderboards. And that's going to be a lot of fun for the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
All right, Claire, thank you much.
Yeah.
You're the best. Thank you, chat. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go to bed and I will see you guys in 9 hours.
Yeah, night. You guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep. All right. Peace.
Bye.